Hi everybody, I'm Amber Amethyst. We come today with another discussion. Today's discussion will be on the classic Disney movie Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Those of you who have watched my top 13 favorite Disney movies video, you know that Snow White is one of my favorite Disney movies. It's one of the first ones I ever watched. I was younger and I loved it, and even now I still like it just as much as I did back then. I feel the movie was groundbreaking for its time, and it has stood the test of time, and is still as good today as it was almost 100 years ago. However, people think of Snow White, something usually comes to mind. A lot of people criticize the movie for being sexist, and while I can see why, I have to disagree on this for a few points. One of the reasons people consider this to be a sexist movie is because Snow White is seen as subservient to the dwarves, and she's having to be rescued by a man. And I will agree with the end with the whole true love's kiss thing is a little ridiculous, and it was even poked fun of in more recent movies such as Frozen with the whole Elsa's line, "You can't marry a man you just met." Yes, meeting at the first time at a well and then him singing a song does not really equate to true love. I disagree that this movie is sexist, and I think in order to understand this we need to look at it through a historical point of view. The movie was made back in the 30s during the Great Depression, and during this time I was doing some research on it. Well, there were some women who didn't go out and work, especially those who were widowed or single mothers or women who were unmarried, would go out and work, but for the most part they were looked down on it because it was considered stealing jobs from a man who was trying to provide for their family, because there weren't a lot of jobs to go around at this time. A lot of people were out of work. Women who did work outside the home, the jobs they would have were things like the factories or service, such as cooking, cleaning, laundry, and things like that. If you look at it through a historical point of view, it does make sense that these are the same skills that Snow White has. We also got the fact, if we look in the movie, a lot of people, I've seen people say that this movie is sexist because the fact that Snow White has to much cook and clean for the dwarves to earn her keep. And this is the issue that I find with that. Why would she expect to stay with them for free? For two reasons. One, for pretty much ever since the queen took power, her stepmother, Snow White has been working as a servant in the castle, so she's not used to being treated like a princess. Even though she is one, she's used to working. She understands that you can't get something for nothing. She doesn't expect these people to just provide for her. She wants to earn her place in the house. And so she does. She knows her only skills that we know, her skills that she has, are cooking and cleaning and singing. Singing is not really going to be much of a help right now. It's something that they just do for fun. It's a fun activity they do, and you actually see them, her and the dwarves are singing together and making music together as part of their festivities in a later scene. But as far as actual skills that she can use as far as work, all she really knows is cooking and cleaning. If she does anything as far as politics, that's not really going to help her in the situation either, because that brings us to the second point, in the fact that she is a fugitive. She also knows that she is putting these 7 men in danger by staying with them. Because we have 2 pieces of evidence that knows that the queen is not a kind person. She is a tyrant. She clearly knows her authority, and she's not afraid to take it. As we have 2 pieces of evidence to show this. The first is the huntsman. Even though he does protest killing her at first, the queen reminds him of what will happen if he fails this task. It's never said what exactly this is, but it's enough to make this man, this normal man, willing to kill a 14-year-old child. And clearly he doesn't do it because his conscience does get the best of him, but it has to be something serious. And I think it became inferred that she would take her revenge on him, probably kill him or in some way endanger his family if he does not complete this task, but still she does lie to her and gives her a pig's heart instead. The second one is actually what we hear from Grumpy. When all the other dwarves are okay with letting her stay, he's the only one who protests, logically saying, the queen is trouble, we do not want her coming here seeking her vengeance. Again, it's not said what she will do, but everyone in this kingdom knows you don't want to cross the queen. And so by harboring Snow White, they are putting themselves in danger. And Snow White is clearly aware of this. I mean, she firsthand knows what the queen is capable of because just earlier that day, she has someone try and kill her. She offers the two skills that she has, which are cooking and cleaning, to earn her keep, to pay them back for what she's doing. So she's paying for her room and board, and she's paying for the fact that they could be killed at any moment because at this point Snow White is considered most wanted. I'm not really sure what the laws of this kingdom are, but if everyone in this kingdom, including Snow White, is afraid of the queen, Snow White's life is probably not the only one in danger. I'm sure if someone is caught sheltering a fugitive, they too will be put to death. I'll say that it's sexist because of the fact that Snow White is subservient to the dwarfs. And I also disagree with this because I see them as treating her as an equal. When Snow White arrives in the cabin, she sees it's in complete disarray, which is something she doesn't like. So clearly she doesn't like filth. She much prefers it to be clean. So she even says to the animals, maybe if I clean up they'll let me stay. Notice that she herself is the one who offers to clean in exchange for her boarding. When she comes to the cabin, she does not expect to be treated like a princess because she hasn't her a good portion of her life. We don't exactly know when her father died, but we know it's been a bit of a while because she doesn't complain when she's cleaning in the first scene we see her in. And so they don't treat her like a princess, they treat her as an equal. They listen to her ideas and her thoughts. They invite her into their festivities. She dances with them. They make music together. They're just having a grand old time like friends would. And I think it's actually they see her as an equal, as a friend. Over this time they are together, they actually do form a friendship to the point where they are so enraged when they think that she's in danger. Like, they jump straight into action to go and save this person, and they're not getting anything out of it other than the fact that this is someone that is very dear to them, someone who treated them with kindness, someone that they too have come to grow to love because they actually do have this loving platonic relationship with each other, to the point where they're just so angry that this woman has killed their friend. And emphasis on the word friend. Because something about friendship is that in order for a friendship to be healthy and for a friendship to thrive, it is based on equality. And I think that speaks volume to just how much they loved and cared about this person. And it's not because she's a woman, it's because she's their friend. And in a similar manner, they never actually call her out for being a woman. Grumpy's the only one, but he ends up having a change of heart by the third act of the movie, and that's by actually getting to know her and becoming friends with her. So by actually getting to become close with this person that they have equal grounds on, he ends up changing his way of thinking as well. They never belittle her, and they never treat her as inferior. In fact, when she actually demands they go wash their hands before dinner, they just agree, because she refuses to serve them any food until they clean their hands, which shows that she's pretty much taking the role of, if she's going to be their housekeeper, they have to pretty much follow her rules on that. They don't argue with her. They listen to her words and realize she's right, and they follow her directions in order to eat. So, I mean, I guess in compared to modern day princesses who are a little more active in maybe in politics or in the adventure or in battle, it would be considered more of a passive princess. But you know what? I don't think there's any issue with that. I don't think that in order for a female character to be feminist and to be progressive, she has to be aggressive. She has to be very modernized. Like, you can still be kind and considerate while still being a strong character. Strong does not equal brutal or, for lack of a better word, badass. Snow White has pretty much been, she had to leave her home. Her life is in danger, and yet she keeps a positive attitude throughout. She's very resilient, and I think that makes her a very strong character. In the one moment she does have a breakdown, she actually does apologize to the animals for causing such a scene. But I mean, that's pretty understanding. She's 14. We've also got to keep that in mind. She's 14 at this, and any 14-year-old who would be in this kind of situation, pretty much running for their lives, would feel the exact same way. So it's normal for her to have had that emotional breakdown, and the fact that she actually picks herself up and carries on and throughout the rest of the movie, she never loses her optimism. She holds tight to her dreams and her hopes, and she lets that carry her through all these hardships. And I think that makes her brave, and that makes her a strong character. And so for all these reasons that I presented here in this video, I do not find the character or the movie of Snow White to be sexist. Feel free to agree or disagree. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion. I'm just here sharing mine. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, would like to see more like it, you can always subscribe to my channel. I thank you again, and I'll see you next time.